Hey guys, welcome back to Clevprof. Now, we're starting things off a bit strange today because unfortunately some video footage got corrupted. So this episode is going to be all over the place, but what can you do? You have to move on. So we're starting things off at a witch farm that we've just built. And as you can see, it's working really well. We've got a load of witches in here. Now if I just show you how it works. So starting at the bottom, we found a witch hut that was in a swamp not too far away. And we converted that into a design of my own making, where you have witches that spawn on the ice in here. I don't know if we're going to see one. No. And then this is connected up to an Etho hopper clock, which powers some dispensers, which then push the witches along down here. One always does get stuck here. Hello. And then it goes all the way up this bubble elevator and then pushes the witches into there. Then what we do is we AFK here and we just swing our sword like this. We end up picking up a load of stuff as well, but there is a hopper underneath here that we can chuck a load of things into, and then you'll see all of the items coming up here and then being pushed all the way around like that, where they go over these item filters and then down into the chests and these shulker boxes that are all color coded. Now I have already done an overnight AFK session. Hello, we can get you as well as the few witches that you've just seen being killed now. So let's have a look at the results. So we get glowstone from this, and we've got about 10 stacks. The same for sugar. Redstone, this is the one that's really important. We really need redstone for future contraptions and for a project that we're doing later in today's video. So that's really good. We've got about 11 or so stacks there. We've got gunpowder, which is obviously useful for rockets and TNT. And now onto some of the things that aren't as useful. We have spider eyes, glass bottles, sticks, and a load of healing potions, as well as witch heads. Now we also have a beacon here that has regeneration and strength, so that when we can AFK overnight, we can just swing our sword constantly using an auto clicker, and then we don't have to worry about food overnight and dying because we're too hungry. So yeah, it's a bit all over the place this episode, but for now, let's pick up some of our resources, especially the redstone and the glowstone, and let's take them back over to our main base, and we can get ready for another project. Now, I'm just about to take some of our resources back to our base, when I remembered that we've got this little guy down here. You gonna look at us? Now, if you didn't know, every single witch hut spawns with a jet black cat. Excuse me, no. I'm trying to have a conversation with the cat here. Go away. I guess we're getting some slime balls out of this. But yeah, every witch hut spawns with a jet black cat. Now, this guy looks very cute, but unfortunately, he doesn't have a name. So let me know in the comment section down below what you think we should name our cat. Now that we're back at our base and we can look on over our steampunk city, I've noticed something in this corner here. So let's have a look at this for the first time together. Now, I'm told that this is a building that Freddo the Frogger, remember this is a SMP that I play on with my partner, so we both work on different projects and a lot of the time we are collaborating on the same thing. So for instance, I was working on the witch farm and I've just returned and a building has popped up. So let's go have a look at that together. Ah, this looks so cool. It's got a little clock tower up here. Let's get to a good vantage point, maybe over here. Yeah, this looks so cool. You've got, from this angle you can see that you've got a clock here, and a clock here, which is really tying into the steampunk theme. It's definitely a vibrant build, this one. We've got lots of cogs around the side over here. These two look like they're interlapping and going, powering something, and you've got a pipe coming up. And then you've got all this sort of redstone and another cog around here. And oh wow, I hadn't even seen this bit. That's so cool. We've got these little conveyor belts coming around where this cog will obviously turn. It will turn this conveyor belt, turn this cog, and turn that cog. Oh, and then you've got this massive cog on this side. Wow, this is so cool. I don't think there's anything on the inside yet, so I'll have to have a think about what we do with that and have a talk with Freddo about what we can put on the inside. But yeah, this is what I love about playing with other people. You can just kind of return from your own project and a new build has popped up, and just look at the skyline of our steampunk city. How cool does this all look, guys? This is amazing. So I'm just stood here looking between our dockyards and the rest of our city, and this space looks perfect for what our next project is going to be. Now, if you look in my hotbar, can you guess what it is we're going to be building? We've got a dark oak sapling, we've got TNT, we've got azalea, we've got a moss block, and we've got bone meal. Any ideas what all of that could mean? Well, it's probably in the thumbnail and you're about to find out. So without further ado, let's get building! There we have it. It is finished. Now, I'm sure you guys are probably wondering what this is, but before I do that, I just want to say that I have just finished a live stream where we finished gathering the final piece of the puzzle for all of this. Now, in that live stream, we gathered all of these dark oak saplings. And it was quite a crazy live stream. The VOD is out on my channel and the link will be in my description. But if you couldn't guess, this is a dark oak farm, but it is also a moss and bone meal farm. So we have all of the different kinds of moss and things coming through, as well as bone meal. So yeah, let's see how it works. I've turned down my game sounds for this because it is a very noisy farm. But this is the moss farm. So what we've got is we've got some stone generators on the side, and then these push the stone into the middle, which break the moss, and then bone meal comes up from underneath and makes more moss. Now you can see that we've got a few flaws with this design. This design isn't my own. I will credit this on screen and down in the description. But yeah, we have some floors, which means we are getting some cobblestone, so we're going to have to take a look at that at some point. But then all of the moss and all of the bone meal come down into these hoppers. Some of them get recycled back into the farm, this middle line here. Some of them go into bone meal, which then go onto this water stream and down into these chests over here. And the rest go just into these hoppers and into these chests here, so that we can get all of the mossy things for our farm. Now, once we've got some bone meal, we can take some from the chest down here and then head up this water stream, bumping our head on the ceiling. And then we've got a dark oak farm over here. So what we've got to do is we've got to head up here, and we've got to put some more bone meal in this chest here, which then goes into this dispenser. And then we've got to go back round and turn it all on. Oh, just forgot one thing. Still getting used to this farm. In this chest up here, we put some dark oak saplings. We'll keep a stack for ourselves, actually. Now we go back around and let's turn this farm on. So what we have to do is we turn this lever on, we press this button, and then we run back around, a lot of running back and round in this, and then we try and get into this composter and turn that lever on, and then we just start placing them like this. And as you can see, if we hop into free cam, you can see that the trees are being placed and then being pushed. So the trees are being placed here, then being bone mealed and then pushed, and then TNT is falling down and breaking all of the wood and putting them down into these chests over here. Now, this isn't the best of farm. This is a farm by Adult Games, but a flaw that I have found with this farm is that it doesn't break all the leaves in it, so you can't get the saplings back, which is why on a live stream just now we had to go and gather a load of saplings. But other than that, this farm seems to work perfectly. At some point I think I will try and hook up the bone meal from below into this bit up here, but for now it's okay to do it manually. So today has been a really productive episode. We've built a dark oak farm, a moss and bone meal farm, and a witch farm. But unfortunately that is all I've got time for today. So if you really liked the video, then give it a thumbs up below and leave a comment letting me know what you thought. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell to stay notified for when I upload. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Bye!